Hey everyone, this is Ryan from Aethix Fitness, and you're listening to the Aethix Approach podcast, where we cover all things vegan, fitness, and nutrition related, and chat with inspiring and influential vegans who are out there leading by example. If you haven't already, it would really help if you subscribed to, liked, commented, and or shared any of the content I'm producing, including this podcast, free articles and training programs on aethixfitness.com, videos on YouTube, and more. I truly appreciate all you guys for the love and support. In today's episode, Julian Desrochers, also known as Plantsformed, and I listen and react to the news of Miley Cyrus quitting veganism on her interview with Joe Rogan yesterday. Miley became vegan in 2013 and according to this interview, quit last year in 2019 due to what she thinks is diet-related concerns with her brain health, or at least that's what it sounds like. She was pretty vague with her exact reasons. Julian and I respond from our personal perspectives as vegan bodybuilders and coaches and discuss what Miley could have done to fix these purported issues without actually quitting veganism. I hope you all enjoy this episode, and please, if you don't mind, drop a like or comment on whatever platform you're listening on. Thank you guys so much. All right, what's up, everybody? This is Ryan from Aethix Fitness, and I'm here with Julian, who Plantsformed on Instagram. And you know, we had to break down this Miley Cyrus video.
Of course.
So Miley Cyrus quit being vegan, and she came out pretty much on Joe Rogan Experience. And obviously, this dude's like the biggest like anti-vegan dude out there, and he was fucking loving it. So we're gonna watch it, and we're gonna go point by point here, and just talk about it from our point of view, coming from like a vegan lifter's perspective. All right, so yeah, I guess let's start watching this now and see how this goes. This is pretty much where she starts talking about where she quit veganism. So we'll just start it right there because this is 2 hours, and obviously we don't want to sit through 2 more hours of this.
Drop weed, first of all, get rid of the weed, get rid of the psychedelics. And I also cut gluten from my diet from a little bit of a time so I could get an idea of like, what's my body on a natural level? And I started doing, kind of blood work, and I did some SPECT scans, which she specializes in. So like actually looking at my brain, because what I really like about the SPECT scan is.
Okay, wait, so she cut out gluten because she had a brain injury? Is that what I'm getting at here?
Maybe, but like I'm confused to where like she's going with this, and where's the brain injury from?
I don't know. I mean, we skipped part of that there, so I'm not exactly sure what the brain injury is from. But
yeah.
What blows my mind is if she really started just cutting out gluten just because of a brain injury. Like, I wonder if did a doctor tell her to do that, or like a nutritionist or something? Like,
I doubt it. I don't know.
I
mean, the psychedelics and weed, okay, but just like.
Yeah. I don't understand the whole like cutting out gluten thing, but okay, whatever. Let's just get into the vegan stuff.
I'm almost like a football player. For the life that I lead, I got to do everything else right. If you're going to go and live under this amount of stress, which is pretty abnormal, it's like you're getting hit in the head an abnormal amount of times, then I got to do everything else right. So I got to be pretty diligent about my supplements. I got to really care about the food that I eat. My mom always says, like, you guys are overthinking it. I've eaten Cheetos every single day. It's true. For the rest of my life. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not like you're not a superstar that has to go on stage and do 2-hour shows. My heart really needs to be in good condition. I need to be in good condition. I think I am kind of like an athlete in the way, like, if I'm going to be doing this kind of abnormal type lifestyle, then I have to do everything else right. So my SPECT scan looked pretty good, but I like looking at my brain and knowing, okay, so this isn't looking at me and going, there's just something wrong with me and I don't know why. This is
here's
really
the
bad.
head injury.
You can't go to jail. I don't think it's long enough time away. He had me in a baby backpack, and I was on a dirt bike with my dad. And he was riding, and a tree had fallen, and he ducked, and I didn't, and I hit my head on the tree.
I'm just waiting to see how she's gonna tie in this head injury to quitting being vegan, because I don't see where this is going at all.
I don't either, so I'm just waiting to see how it comes up.
Yeah, I'm so confused right now.
Like, I like looking at my brain and going, okay, listen, like someone cut my brakes, right, on my brain, and I have to take all the things, omega. I've been for a very long time, and I've had
the omega 3s,
omegas into my life because my brain wasn't functioning properly.
Oh my god, holy shit. Okay, wait, so she had a traumatic brain injury when she was a little kid, and now she's saying after years of being vegan, that she needs to get omega-3s in her diet because that was what she was missing for her condition.
And she said she needs to be on top of her like diet. She needs to be at the top of her game. So because she's like a big pop star, just like football players, they always hit their heads and such.
Yeah.
That doesn't really make any sense. Like if you're vegan, that's like the epitome of being healthy. Like even though veganism isn't like it's about the ethics, but
Yeah.
just like a plant-based diet. So
Right. I'm just blown away by the fact that she was vegan for years, and then all of a sudden, after like, she had this brain injury when she was a little kid, she's vegan for years. Then all of a sudden, she's saying that it's not working and that she needs omega-3. There's like definitely something missing there.
there is something missing. It makes no sense at all. I'm just
No, that makes
that's her excuse, but like it makes no sense at all.
Vegans, they'll come for you.
They're gonna come for me, but that's
Yo, damn right we coming for you.
I'm used to people coming for me, and it's gonna be that I come out.
Celery.
No, listen. If
Dude, celery?
Home, I have 22 animals on my farm in Nashville. I've got 22 in my house in Calabasas. Like I'm doing what I need to do for the animals. Okay. But when it
Okay.
What?
So she's rescued 22 animals, and that's what she's doing for animals to save them.
Wait, so what about the rest of the animals?
So saving 22 animals and taking care of 22 animals means that it's okay for her to go and eat fish and whatever the hell else.
To go and kill and eat the rest of the animals. Because I'm keeping 22. So those guys are good. The rest, like, just fuck them. That's how it works.
Dude, I'd rather her just be straightforward and be like, okay, like, I don't care about animals anymore. I care more about my health. And then, then she wouldn't be vegan. She would have been plant-based before, yeah. But like you're never vegan if you all of a sudden just change your mind like that. It makes no sense. Like you can't just go years and being like, oh, I'm vegan, like I care about this for the animals, like my health isn't as important. The most important thing is the animals and the environment or whatever. And then all of a sudden be like, oh, actually, like I had this traumatic brain injury from when I was like 10 years old. And you know what? Now all of a sudden, I feel like eating fish again because, it's got to be the omega-3s that I'm missing.
That doesn't make it doesn't make any sense. And like with her, but like she was one of the few celebrities that I thought would just like be vegan for life, basically, with all of the like advocacy she'd do online. I was like, okay, like her and maybe like Joaquin Phoenix for sure. I think like he would never.
Yeah, if Joaquin ever quit being vegan, I would be utterly shocked, man.
I'd be completely shocked. He was vegan since he was like a kid, right? So
yeah, I think so. And he goes to all these like animal rights protests and like pig saves and such. And
yeah, and his Oscar speech was all about like veganism, basically. So I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like Miley was still pretty outward about being vegan and like being an animal rights activist. And then I feel like when you told me about her quitting veganism like yesterday, I was just like, dude, no way. Like
I was surprised when I first saw it. I was like, what? I found it on Instagram. So
yeah, it's actually like utterly disappointing to me because she's obviously got tons of fans, and like seeing anyone just go back on their previous morals like this, it's disappointing, man. But I don't know. I guess when I really think about it, I can't say I'm not surprised, but I'm disappointed for sure.
Yeah, same.
All right, let's keep going here.
comes to my brain, you're not vegan.
No.
You can't be vegan.
Yeah, that's right.
Not being this quick, but sure you can. Some people can. I could not because it was really giving. I was having a lot of.
For your brain?
I feel that I'm
Slowed you down.
Now I'm so much sharper than I was, and I think that I was at one point pretty malnutrition. Like I remember going to
pretty malnutrition,
and that was a show that I loved. I loved my performance, but I was running on empty. Like I was on. Can I ask you, were you doing a vegan diet like meticulous? Were you doing it, but were you doing intelligently? Like I did all my supplements. The right way, I do all my protein drinks. I've watched every.
Okay, name the supplements.
That was
what?
That was pretty vague. And
yeah, I took all the protein shakes, all the supplements. Okay, like name the.
I took all the protein powder. It's like,
first of all, like protein powder, you don't like that's not essential. You could get protein like through just a normal plant-based diet.
yeah, protein
So
powder should be like that should be the very bottom of the list there. Like that, you don't need that. You could just eat. It's like I never heard of anyone being protein deficient that's eating enough calories.
exactly. So I don't think she knows what she's talking about.
And if she wasn't eating enough at all, then that totally makes sense why she'd have issues, you know?
I mean, yeah, and I don't really, from how she's speaking, I don't really think she knows
Which
too
is
much
how.
about like what she's talking about, like what to supplement and what not to. Like just with the omega-3s alone, she's like, oh, I need to eat fish. Like you could get omega-3s from flax seeds, hemp seeds, chia seeds, fortified plant milk. So it makes
But
sense.
yeah, also, I mean, like, why could she not just take a vegan omega-3 supplement? Like, I mean, if you just go
Exactly,
to
yeah.
Amazon.com and just type vegan omega-3, look at all these. Like, there's literally dozens of options. And I mean, they're like the same price as fish oil without as many contaminants as the fish oil because it bioaccumulates up the food chain. Like, I mean, they're getting this from marine algae, which is like the very bottom of the food chain there. The higher you go on, like, if you try to eat like carnivorous fish or something, they already they already accumulated much more contaminants there. So like they have way more mercury and like PCBs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might as well just take a vegan omega-3 supplement anyways, and it's like dirt cheap. So, but like you said, you could just eat like flax seeds and hemp seeds and probably be fine.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think she knows what she's talking about because anybody who has been vegan for just a few months alone would know. I think would know that you could supplement omega-3s. So
Yeah, either that's just like a cover up or like an excuse, or she just really has no idea what she's talking about and is really stupid.
probably.
Let's keep watching.
About how they still
You can't pay attention to those
train.
guys.
That's what I'm saying. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, I'm like,
Those
all I
guys
eat is
that
celery, and like, why are my thighs like?
Dude, why do they
fucking-
keep saying celery?
vegan bodybuilder guys, they're almost all on steroids.
I don't know.
It's
Oh, they're vegan. They're all on steroids.
You heard it from the guy who's on TRT and growth hormone himself.
Okay, I guess I'm on
All the vegan
steroids.
bodybuilders are on steroids.
We're both on steroids.
Yeah. And Joe Rogan is complete full natty bra.
Yeah.
Dude,
See, like it. Of course, she'd like announce it on Joe Rogan. Of all things, Joe Rogan.
dude, you know he's getting off to this, right?
He is. It's ridiculous.
Like you can't see his hand under that table right now, but he's up to something.
Probably.
But like, I wish he'd like drop names here. I wish he was like who are the vegan bodybuilders?
That's what I want to. That's what I want to know. Like, you just call out people for steroids because you can achieve that
Yeah,
while you're on TRT.
how many other bodybuilders who aren't vegan are all on steroids? Like, is he trying to say that no one who's vegan can build muscle? Because that's just so stupid, man.
There's people that think that, and I feel like he's probably one of them. So.
But like, I feel like it's just been thoroughly debunked at this point. Like, if you just go on like Instagram or something, or like, I don't know, YouTube or anything, and just type in like vegan bodybuilder, or like vegan fitness or something, there's tons of people doing it. You know, it's not that hard.
Just got to prove them wrong. It's ridiculous.
Shaking my damn head, dude.
I'm not on steroids.
Well, and they're different bodies. too.
Miley Cyrus
Some
is
people-
natty.
I have good friends that are vegan. They're fine on it. My friend John Joseph, he's been
See,
vegan
that's-
for like 30 years.
That's
He's
why I
fine
think
on
Nate
it.
Diaz, I was stoked, was
Yes,
a
it's
vegetarian.
not- yeah,
vegetarian.
no, he
at
eats
one
fish.
point, or
Those-
pescatarian.
Yeah, he
that
eats
seems
fish.
that's
Eat
what I
eggs,
like
eat
to do.
fish. Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
There's a lot of people that function really well with that, but some people it's everybody's different. We all have different ancestors, and our ancestors
Exactly.
come from different parts of the world. And I don't know if the blood type thing is accurate, but some people really believe that.
So this is another thing that I like about
Dude, oh my God, dude. It's not that hard to like do this right. It really isn't. Like, I don't get how I get heated when I hear about this. Like, it's really not that hard to be plant-based or vegan or whatever. And just, it's so hard to mess it up. It's not rocket science.
I feel like he's just like so into hunting and such that he just can't accept veganism. And he was who came onto his podcast for the Game Changers?
James Wilks.
Yeah, James Wilks. He like debunked all of the myths with veganism, and then he was like, oh, he even admitted, he's like, oh yeah, like I guess you can build muscle and be healthy on a vegan diet. And then like like a month later he did the carnivore diet, and then he's like bringing all these like non-vegans. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get how in that, like, if you're going to listen to any of his other podcasts, like you have to listen to that one with James Wilks and from the Game Changers. Like he utterly, completely tears apart Chris Kresser, all of his arguments about why you should be eating meat, just tears it apart with all this science. Everything that he had to say, it was all backed up with science. Even Joe Rogan was agreeing with him and like totally on his side by the end of the podcast, and was basically like, Chris, you don't know what you're talking about, man. And then all of a sudden he's back to this bullshit where he's like, oh, like, you know, these vegans are telling you to eat celery for omega-3. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, dude, Joe Rogan gets me heated.
He gets most vegans heated, but it's whatever.
Yeah, he's just literally the most just biased person I ever heard of. Just will not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's keep going here.
In the brain is I try to eat for my brain type and not my blood type necessarily. My brain type. So my brain type, I really need breaks on my brain because I did not have that. Where in my new song it says I can't bite the devil on my tongue. That was like a really.
One other thing really quick is that this whole blood type diet thing is just complete bullshit. Like anyone could, barring like an extreme health condition like that I don't even know of. Everyone can be vegan as long as they're doing it right. It's really not that complicated.
Yeah, but like I don't even get what she's saying with brain type. What's
Dude,
brain type?
I heard that and it flew right over my head because I was just like, she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. She's just gonna do some bullshit right here that.
I was like brain, like okay, blood type, like even that's a but like brain type.
I think she's trying to tie this back to her like brain injury or something. I don't know.
Okay, it makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm fine. My dad let me steal chickens from the Malibu barn, that little red barn when you come down to Topanga. My dad, they were going to feed these chickens to the snakes, and they let us back there. And my dad was like, listen, I'm Billy Ray Cyrus. I'm going to totally distract them. You shove as many chickens into the back of the Corvette as you can while I'm signing autographs, and we're going to get the hell out of here. So I did. I went, me and my brother got all these damn chickens, and we shoved them in the back of his car. And he was gonna.
Snakes went hungry.
He was about to go work for David Lynch. He was gonna audition for him for Mulholland Drive. And my dad brought the chickens in the Corvette, and he said, "If you're gonna have chickens in the Corvette, like you're playing the pool guy. You know, that's a pool guy thing to do." So my dad got the job. So because he got the job, he had to stay in LA, and we had to go back to Tennessee. So he told me and my mom to tell the people on the airplane that they were.
I don't understand where she was going with any of that just now.
I don't get it.
I'm thinking about feeding chickens to snakes or something, and like.
I think she's just trying to show that like, oh yeah, I'm a good person even though I'm eating, like I'm eating some fish and incorporating animal products into my diet. But like, look, like when I was younger, I'd save chickens and such. That's what I think she's going with. But
yeah, she gets a pass because she saved some chickens when she was a kid and has 22 farm animals she rescued. So she's allowed to eat them now.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Exotic Himalayan cockatoos, and we did, and they let them on the plane, and we had them in the purse, and they lived in a bathtub in like on Hollywood and Highland in some hotel for a long time. And we got home, and the night we got there, our dogs got in the chicken coop, made them all.
All right, I don't think they talk about veganism for a little while here, so I'm just gonna skip ahead and go back to this where she starts talking about our diet again.
I never luckily had a problem with like taking downers to bring myself down, but there was a lot of people around me that was like, just take half of these and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky I didn't start messing with downers.
I think it also might have to do with your head injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that.
There's
Dude, like she's talking about all these drugs that she used to do, and she doesn't tie that towards,
health issues.
Yeah, making her issues with her brain worse. Like she was, I think doing drugs is, especially like psychedelic drugs and such, is going to have much bigger impact on your brain than not eating enough omega-3.
I mean, I would think a direct impact with psychedelics, especially. It makes
like, first of all, omega-3 isn't even essential. Like, I mean, fat is essential. Fat intake is essential, but technically omega-3 intake isn't essential. Like, so she's making a big point about that, but she's saying that, doing a bunch of drugs it wasn't a big deal or something. I don't know. I think she said that she's also straight edge now, so I'll give her that. But maybe that's contributing to her, brain issues.
I think it is for sure.
Yeah.
A real big connection between people with traumatic brain injury and the need for either alcohol or cocaine or something to perturb your natural state of consciousness.
And a lot of my brain is really, really on. It's got like overactivity. But then again, if you kind of look at the part, that frontal lobe that kind of tells you, yes or no, or stops you from making a bad choice, mine gets a little sleepy sometimes when I'm not.
Maybe that happened when she quit veganism. Her frontal lobe got a little sleepy.
I want to know when she quit. Like, when was the exact moment she quit veganism?
I think she just said like late 2019, but I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she'll get into it more, but she didn't say like why exactly. She said because of her brain health, but like, yeah,
I want to know the exact I know 2019, but like the exact moment where she was like, okay, I'm gonna start eating an animal product or animal products. So
yeah, I feel like it had to have been like a nutritionist or something who told her this. I feel like.
Well, not hopefully, but like I would think so. It's such a drastic change, but like I don't know.
I wonder if her like divorce had anything to do with her changing her mind.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. She got divorced last year, right?
I think it was last year. So I wonder if that like was kind of the thing that made her be like, oh, like I need a change or something. I don't know.
I feel like that could have had like an impact on it, maybe. So
yeah. Let's see if she talks about it.
The diet. When my diet isn't, it's annoying because I do like to. One, I'm country, so I like to eat bad food. I had never. My mom used to get mad if I would tell her I don't want butter. Like my mom is
Butter's great for you.
Yeah. Now I'm fine.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I heard you, Joe. I heard you. Butter's great for you?
Butter's great for you.
Dude, okay, wait. So I skimmed through this earlier a little bit, and I had to go to Chronometer and check this out. So let's just look how great butter is for you. Okay, so these are nutritional facts for just regular butter, unsalted, from the NCCDB. So 14 grams, 1 tablespoon, which is like nothing. First of all, 100 calories, 101 calories. And what is there in here? 11.5 grams of fat, first of all. 7.2 grams coming from saturated fat, which directly increases your cholesterol levels at a certain point. And obviously cholesterol levels aren't good for your heart health and
30 milligrams.
Atherosclerosis and stuff. And I mean, let's see what else is in here. Vitamins, literally nothing. Okay, so you get a little bit of vitamin A. For 100 calories, you get 7% of your vitamin A for the day. You could literally eat carrots and blow that away. So in 35 calories for a serving of carrots.
Butter's great for you.
Yeah, butter's great for you. Okay, vitamin E, 1.6% in 100 calories. Those are the two highest things there. What else do you get out of this, man? Like,
I mean, cholesterol, 30 milligrams, that's pretty high.
Yeah, you get a little bit of cholesterol too there. And I mean, virtually nothing else. No minerals. It's all pretty much 0%. But I'm sure he'd make the argument that, grass-fed butter is, you need organic grass-fed. So this one doesn't have as much information because there's literally 0 vitamins anyways, except for vitamin A. There's some vitamin A, but, not much more. I mean, there's nothing. So, okay,
Yeah.
butter's good for you.
I mean,
Rogan
like,
loved it.
I mean, I guess vegan butter could be like it's better than just regular butter, but like even still, like butter in general is not great for you.
Butter or oil or whatever. I mean, it's just a bunch of calories, like, and not much else. It's just fat calories.
Yeah, to make stuff taste good.
Yeah.
So.
But so I'd like to hear why Joe Rogan thinks that butter is good for you.
Because it's not vegan.
Yeah, because it's not vegan, yeah.
But I just remember growing up, my mom, we ate frozen waffles and all that. We don't know anything about nutrition. I grew up on.
Dude, okay, so this whole video could be summed up right there. She literally says she doesn't know anything about nutrition.
You have the internet. The internet
Yeah, it
exists.
Yeah, you could go on the internet now and look up everything you need to eat to be healthy on whatever diet you're doing. But dude, she literally just said that she doesn't know what she's doing with nutrition. But then right before this, she said that she was doing everything right on a vegan diet. And she said that she was getting enough protein powder. Oh,
It makes no sense. It's unfortunate.
That country diet, and so I learned a lot. I mark a lot of my, I guess, kind of like my grounding in the weight that I have, to my diet, to my supplementing, to my maintenance, to the diligence, to the sport that being an entertainer is.
It is a sport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Are you the boss?
that was just too easy to.
The boss.
I'm just gonna let that go.
Someone that you to that.
I don't think she's talking about anything here.
Mm.
Skim forward.
My hips like really hurt me, and my hips drive me crazy. Like if I fly, I don't know, maybe it's just the.
Do you stretch?
I do stretch.
Yeah.
I'm actually overly flexible. I'm like kind of double jointed everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I have a lot of like shoulder, like my shoulder will just slip out all the time. Like it kind of just does weird things, and my.
It's probably because she didn't have enough omega-3 in her diet.
That's probably true. No.
You got to eat more fish to fix hip pain and your shoulder slipping out of your socket.
That's how it works.
Weird. Have probably some good suggestions on that, but I'm experimenting a lot with like my diet and my body and my routine and my exercise right now. Because I mean, kind of like, leaving veganism is really terrifying. Like you said, the public kind of will destroy you for that. And
how long were you vegan?
Since I was vegan from 2000.
I mean, honestly, like what? How much of the world is even vegetarian? Like 5-6% or something?
I don't know. I would think lower. Maybe it's 5 to 6%.
I mean, I'm just saying vegetarian, but I'm sure vegan. Like what? Like I don't know, 2% of the world, maybe? Like probably
vegan? No, I'd say 1 or less.
1%, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she's saying like everyone's gonna destroy her for quitting veganism. 1% of the population is gonna destroy her for like. There's 99% of people probably on her side, or just don't care.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just people like us, like 1% who will actually.
It makes no sense. It's the vegan community, but like we're just a small group compared to everybody else.
Yeah, like the thing that sucks is that like veganism is just small percentage, and then you have somebody who has so much influence like this saying stuff that's just not true at all and can be easily debunked, like the omega-3 thing. Like there's so many reasons why that's not true that we already talked about, and people are just going to be like, oh, like I heard from Miley Cyrus you can't be healthy as a vegan because you can't get enough omega-3. And, everyone's going to believe that now because they all listen to Joe Rogan Experience for their education.
That's why I hate like all of these ex-vegans, because they come out with all of this nonsense, and I'm just like, okay, like that's easily debunked. Like most vegans would know this, but people that aren't vegan and were like interested in it, they see this and they're just like, oh, okay, well, you can't really get all of the nutrients that you need on a vegan diet, and it's stupid when you obviously can.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's like some really influential documentaries and celebrities out there still. Like obviously Game Changers just came out, and that was a huge one.
Mm-hmm.
And like Arnold Schwarzenegger about like Meatless Monday and stuff. I don't even think he's technically vegan 100%, but there's a lot of celebrities out there who really still promote veganism. Joaquin Phoenix, obviously, we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
But, everything is highlighting these people, obviously, because the media really loves just drama. But they're highlighting this stuff so much, and this is what everyone starts hearing. So that's what they're going to hear for a while now.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
2013 till 2019.
So in 2019, what was the first thing that you ate?
My ex-husband cooked me some fish on the grill. I cried like for a long time. I cried for the fish, and I
Those
hugged.
little fucks.
First of all, why did she say like cook me fish on a grill like she was a little baby? Ex-husband cooked me fish on the grill. Like,
Cook me some little fish.
yeah, it was cute. I cried. I don't know why she said it like that. But
What? So she's like eating the fish. She's like,
just crying tears into slices of tuna or whatever.
it's like, I'm sorry, but like your life's not going to waste. Oh.
Yeah. She's like, I'm sorry, I rescued 22 farm animals, but I have to eat you now. I paid my dues.
So stupid. Oh my god.
Yeah. I feel like this had to have come from a nutritionist though, because she said her ex-husband. So Liam Neeson cooked her some fish. So I guess he's
not Liam Hemsworth. Liam Neeson's from Taken.
Oh, dude, this goes to show how much I know about celebrities. I'm so bad with it. Liam Hemsworth. Yeah. Okay, so he's not vegan anymore then, I guess, either, huh?
Oh yeah, I heard that he wasn't vegan like months and months ago after like they divorced.
Okay.
So maybe they could have like both like quit veganism together
At the same time.
And I think he was vegan because of her. So I was just like, oh, maybe because they got divorced, like that's why he quit veganism. But like she did too, apparently. So
yeah, well, she said ex-husband cooked her the fish, so I guess they quit the same time, and then that ruined their relationship, and they got divorced.
Yeah, see, quitting veganism, that's what happens.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going here.
And I
take care of their kids.
Listen, I have some videos on my phone of my fish at home. I have a blowfish that runs to the side of the tank every time I come home, so it really hurts me to eat.
Because it thinks you're going to feed it.
And I do every time.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is.
You know what? I haven't really had.
You get shot in the head, that fish doesn't give a fuck.
Well, that's what my ex said about the dogs.
Okay, Joe Rogan's everything
he
just said there just makes no sense. So just because a fish can't contemplate you getting shot in the head makes it okay to eat fish?
That's his logic. It's stupid. Like from what I've read about cats, like if you were to like die like in the same room, wouldn't they just like touch your body or just like scratch it or whatever?
They just wouldn't care.
Or they like wouldn't even care really.
Yeah.
So like that doesn't mean like
it's
the
okay
animal deserves death. Yeah, like it's so stupid.
Yeah, like the reason veganism is such a heated subject for humans specifically is because we have moral agency to contemplate this stuff.
But yeah, and other animals don't. So
yeah, a fish can't comprehend you getting shot in the head and dying. So just because they don't have that ability makes it okay to eat them. Like this logic makes literally no sense. I'm sure he wasn't getting that deep with it, like, but still, that's like saying like, okay, a mentally handicapped human being who watches someone get shot in the head and feels nothing from it and can't contemplate it. They don't feel anything, so that makes it okay to eat them.
Well, yeah, you could like if you put it that way, it makes like that's it. Like if you put his logic in that sense, then
yeah, it literally makes. That's why, like, I know people don't think that much into those kind of arguments and such. Like they're just like, oh, haha, yeah, like stupid fish. But like, you could extrapolate it to that point, and there's really no difference there. So that goes to show how arguments like that just break down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's keep going here.
I'm like, I can't do this. The dogs, and he's like, watch this. Starts feeding them the fish. They're like, they're happy, they'll eat it. But so that's what I had, and it was because of the hip pain. I had actually we were flying to, I think, Poland or something on a tour that I was on, and I started sobbing, crying on the plane because I couldn't sit any longer because my hips were hurting so bad.
So this was
and laying on the floor.
Pre-quitting gluten?
Now I'm back on gluten. So I did a trial period of 18 of like kind of removing things because I think when you try all these different diets, like, okay, now I'm going to try keto, now I'm going to try vegan, now I'm going to try this. You're doing it at such a it's really hard to know what's affecting you.
Right.
The whole thing here is that like that really bothers me is it's not just like a vegan diet, like it's a plant-based diet if anything, but yeah. I mean obviously veganism is just an ideology that you don't have to harm animals or kill animals to live healthily. So
yeah. Well, that's the thing. If she's quitting veganism, then she wasn't really vegan, because veganism is about the animals, not like just about your health and such.
Yeah, so it sounds like she was just experimenting with diets at this point, just to be like, figure out whatever solved her vague ailments or whatever she's trying to get out here. I think it kind of sounds like she hasn't said it, but she's trying to say that she thinks hip pain is from her diet in some way, from inflammation.
Yeah,
Is that what it sounds like to you?
I guess. I'm wondering, like, if she has like a plant-based nutritionist that she could like ask these questions to, because I think if she did, then she wouldn't have all of these issues.
Yeah, I mean, they're issues that are so easy to solve. Like veganism, eating plant-based is not difficult for anyone. It's people mess it up somehow, but if you have a very basic understanding, it's so easy.
Yeah. So
All right, let's see what else she says.
So I tried to go slowly, like, okay, it takes a freaking long time, but going through and going, I'm going to eliminate this now,
Right.
and then I'm going to put it back and see how I feel. My body, when I am supplementing, especially with the omegas, like the omegas have really changed my life for me. I think, again, you kind of referred to me as something like a car, and I think that we are kind of like a car. And I was like so dry from having none of these healthy fats in my diet. I did what I could with like as many freaking avocados a day as I could have and other things, but it's hard to get the fat.
Yeah, it's not as bio.
Yo, it is so easy to get fat on a plant-based diet. Like she said,
nuts and
obviously
seeds.
avocados have a ton. They're literally
Yeah.
all fat by calories pretty much. There's like very little carbs or protein or anything else. And what about like nuts, seeds,
Yeah.
peanut butter, oils are all vegan if you want to eat oils. That's
Yeah.
all fat. I mean, so easy to get that in. Even if you're not counting calories or anything, like you could just be like, okay, I should probably eat some more seeds or nuts today. Get a serving or two in, and that's a ton of fat right there. Like 2 servings of nuts is like 30 grams of fat right there. She probably weighs like 110 pounds or something. That's
Yeah.
like her RDI for the day right there.
And just peanut butter alone, like I could survive on peanut butter. Just slap peanut butter on bread or apples
Yeah.
and get all your fat for the day.
Yeah, like the whole thing of her saying that omega-3 like changed her life just makes no sense, because omega-3 is not essential in any way. If anything at all, she just wasn't eating enough fat at all in general,
Or enough
she wasn't
calories.
eating enough calories. Yeah, exactly, in general. So I wish like she would just specifically break down her days of eating and be like, oh, like this is what I ate, like, but she doesn't even
Iceberg
provide that
lettuce.
information. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Available
And
when
your
like
brain
flax
is,
and stuff like
your
that.
brain really needs those fats, and it was really, really hard for me.
Fish oil is the way to go.
Yep.
I know people don't like it, and they don't like.
Okay, like we already said, but like fish oil, you could just eat marine derived, like algae derived vegan omega-3 supplements. It's the same exact thing as fish oil supplements, but they're from the actual plant, which is where the fish get their omega-3s from in the first place.
Well, it's better because it's not as contaminated.
Yeah, it's not as contaminated. Exactly. And it's like the same price. You could just get like you could take like 1 pill a week. That's it. Or you could also eat more hemp seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds. Also, she's a woman, so according to studies, women have higher conversions of ALA omega-3, which is like the plant-based omega-3, ALA, short chain omega-3s, to the long chain forms, which is DHA and EPA in the body. So they have a higher conversion rate of that compared to men. So like she would convert a plant-based omega-3 better in the body.
Yeah.
So like she could eat more hemp seeds and flax seeds and chia seeds and probably be fine. But like, why not just take a DHA EPA supplement that's vegan? She just clearly had no idea what she's talking about.
She doesn't, so.
The idea behind it, but god damn it, it's so good for your brain.
Yeah, I love. I do kind of like the fish egg vital choice also, because
that stuff's great.
I love vital
Fish
choice.
eggs the way to go.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
that's
really
the best
helped
way
my
to get
hips
your omegas.
so much.
Fish
Now
eggs?
It's an inflammation issue then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think in general, my
Disgust
brain
me.
is saying it's kind of on fire. It is inflamed.
Yeah.
I think in general.
So she's eating fish eggs to deal with her, what did she say, leg pain or something?
Maybe I wasn't paying. I was just paying attention to the fish egg part. I was just like,
Yeah, I was
that
just like,
disgusts me.
dude, she's eating like caviar or something.
Ew, caviar. Like even when I wasn't vegan, that sounded disgusting. Caviar.
Yeah, I know, right? Everyone says how gross it is, but I never tried it
Yeah.
before. But, so, like, I'm just at examine.com right now, just looking up fish oil. Let's see what it has to say. So this is a website that, like, basically breaks down all the outcomes for, like, supplementing with the supplement and the studies that support it. So let's look at if there's anything for cognition. So inflammation, there's some evidence showing that there might be a minor decrease in inflammation, highly mixed and unreliable influences on circulating inflammatory cytokines. So there's not much evidence even supporting that it may reduce inflammation. They got studies listed here, which I'm not going to go through right now, but let's see if there's anything for cognition or like anything involving memory or anything.
Mm.
I mean,
Cerebral blood flow.
blood flow to the brain. I don't really know if that would.
That's a minor.
Oh, here we go. So cognitive decline. High dose 900 milligrams DHA appears to be somewhat beneficial in reducing the rate of cognitive decline in elderly but otherwise healthy persons. So this is everything that I've heard about omega-3 intake also. It just reduces the rate of cognitive decline overall.
Mm.
So I really like trying to be unbiased here. I've never seen anything about just getting omega-3 and it magically increasing cognition in younger people. Like I've always heard like age-related cognitive decline.
Mm-hmm.
So cognition of offspring. I mean, I really think that if anything, like we said, it was just she wasn't even enough calories or maybe just not enough fat in general.
Mm-hmm.
But let's keep going.
In general, I'm inflamed. So I'm looking for my life, not just in kind of like dating or relationships, but in general, the people I like to have around. I like to have this kind of water signs. I like someone that can kind of, or earth signs, but I love water signs because I love being, and in general, like I love people that are kind of like fluid and that can kind of put some of that on my flame because it gets overwhelming sometimes, the amount of heat and like energy that I generate. I actually was reading something about ducks. That's interesting, the way that ducks handle their energy.
Ducks.
Yes.
I have no idea what you're talking about here.
Energy and chakra. I don't know.
Yeah.
When I went to go check in on the pain before, and I've been to a lot of people, if I don't work out, I'm not a great person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I could guarantee you.
Oh yeah, we don't do calls or work meetings before I work out. We know this.
Okay.
We've learned from the past.
I want to kind of jump forward a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A trainer.
I have when I got into the gym, like I would sometimes just start crying because I love them like family. So when you walk in, I would just start crying.
Because you know that you can be comfortable around
just comfortable, and then I think that it's hard to go, okay, now I'm going to beat your ass because I think he thinks life is beating my ass, but maybe I need just, maybe it's,
what the
I
hell?
kind of have guilt for my life. Like, I don't mean it's too much. Like, I can't take anything.
Just knowing it exists, it gets in your head. You have to be very strong to be able to ward that off. And
now I kind of am. Like, I think I've been really searching for some sort of normalcy in my life. And
I think that might be all she talks about veganism. I'll just skim through for a little bit more, but I think that's it.
Okay.
All right, so that's pretty much all she talked about that there. I'm actually kind of surprised that Joe Rogan didn't try to get her to talk about that more.
Okay.
Okay, so I kind of thought Joe Rogan was going to try to talk more about her quitting veganism there just because it seems like he loves talking about that so much.
Yeah, I don't know. Like he was I mean he was saying like, oh yeah, like you should, like, oh, fish eggs are great. Like all that shit. So I don't know.
Butter's healthy.
Butter's healthy. Like even the vegan butter isn't really healthy, but
Yeah, like there's a lot of vegan stuff that isn't necessarily healthy also, obviously. I mean,
yeah.
you can totally be a fat, unhealthy vegan. You can be an extremely healthy vegan. But like, I don't get where he's trying to say that butter is healthy. Like, I'd really like to hear what
I think he was just trying to prove his agenda. I think.
Yeah, I mean, the dude thinks that eating doesn't he think that like eating red meat and stuff is healthy? I don't really know.
He did the all meat diet, so probably.
Yeah. I know he's all into like hunting and like eating deer and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. Either way, I thought that he'd want to try to get Miley to talk more shit on veganism. But
yeah, actually, that is kind of surprising that he didn't. But
yeah. Either way, her points made literally no sense at all. She was trying to say that her brain health has to do with her not getting enough omega-3s, which, like, it doesn't make sense.
Even then, like, she could always supplement with a vegan omega-3.
Yeah. Even if there was something that, like we don't know about that could have possibly been affecting her specifically. She could have just taken marine algae derived omega-3, which is vegan, and you can get that anywhere on Amazon or anything.
Exactly. So
yeah, well, that's just some utter celebrity dumbassery again.
That's why nobody should really just like put these celebrities on a pedestal, like, because they're vegan. Just don't do it.
Yeah, they're just average people like everybody else, and just because their diet didn't work out for them doesn't mean that it wouldn't work out for anybody else. I mean, she had no idea what she was doing. Obviously, it's really not hard to do a vegan diet correctly.
Yeah, exactly. So,
do you have anything more specific to add about anything there? I feel like we covered most of it.
I think we covered most of it. So
you summed it up well with don't put any of these celebrities on a pedestal and don't listen to them for dietary advice.
Yeah, don't listen to them for sure, the dietary advice.
Yeah. And for anybody who watched this episode of Joe Rogan but didn't watch the James Wilks episode where he came on from the Game Changers, the producer, go watch that, because he literally debunks everything, and even Joe Rogan is like, oh shit, man, you're right.
Yeah. Thought there'd be a change after that, but I guess not. So
yeah, I know, nothing. So yeah, good old Joe Rogan and Miley Cyrus. Joe Rogan just getting his rocks off there. All right, let's I guess let's call it.
Okay.
You have anything else to add? Anything there or nah?
I think that was it. Yeah.
All right, cool. So anyone who watched this far, thanks for watching, and let me know what you guys thought about this. Comment below if you have anything you want to add or whatever. And thanks for watching. See you guys.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Aethix Approach podcast. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, it would mean a ton if you gave the podcast a follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, RadioPublic, PocketCasts, Stitcher, PlayerFM, PineCast, or any other service you're listening to, and subscribe to the Aethix Fitness YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook page. Feel free to check out the articles, training and nutrition programs, and merch on aethixfitness.com. And if you like what I'm making, dropping a like, commenting, and sharing would really, really help me out. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.